the Portsmouth failures. If that is the case, there is absolutely no way that the Prime Minister can continue to serve this country in any capacity because he has violated the law. Recently, just this week, the Prime Minister came on radio and said that he gave $46 million to Antigua and Anguilla, and the Antiguan and Anguillan authorities are disputing that as authorized. As a matter of fact, based on what I have read, the Anguillan government needs to seek authorization from the House of Assembly in order to pursue such facilities. So, that's the kind of atmosphere that this Labour administration has in the country, and we need to return this country to right order.
Transparency, accountability are some of the big names, big words that we're using in this campaign by the UWP government. How are we going to attack these areas when you become government?
All right. Okay. I have an idea. Okay. I have an idea. It seems reasonable for us to go into the Parliament and require the ratification of agreements of our relationships with foreign governments through the Parliament and not through the executive, not through the signature of the Prime Minister with or without the discussion of his cabinet of ministers. That seems reasonable. It seems reasonable also that ratification requirement not be by a simple majority in the Parliament. That way we can fully vet and ventilate all of the issues that are in the interest of the country. I think had we done that, we would not be having the discussion on all of the politics in the country.
There are situations where Parliaments have gone to the other side in the name of doing something for their constituents. We have a situation of Mr. Julius Timothy who left the UWP party to go on to the Labour Party. Will you be one of those parents, if you are successful at the polls, will you be one of those persons to switch parties?
No.
In the name of so-called doing something for your constituents?
No. I think my responsibility as a parent is to advocate for the development of the country. And you can advocate for the development of the country. I don't know who says to us in Dominica that if you're in government or if you're in opposition, you ought not to be engaging to bring the kinds of development that you need for your constituents in the country. I mean, those things can be done. I think if the government has a good idea, you support the idea, even if you're in the opposition. If the opposition has a good idea, you support the idea. I think every parliamentarian should be given the opportunity to make the amendments to the necessary legislation and to be engaging on the policies and programs of the country.
Okay, so would you be in support of a resolution or an amendment to the Constitution that would say something like if you were to win and you are on the opposition side, would you support an amendment that would make it imperative that when the government is doing their budget, that they make allocations for each particular constituency, even if it's not their constituency, so that you could serve your constituents and not have some of the government-owned people coming in there doing things upon your back and saying that you don't do anything although you are the parliament? Would you support a motion that would probably make allowances even in the budget for each particular constituency, so you could have your own office, you could run your constituency, bring roads in your community with the government's money, because the government would have to give you a certain amount of money on the budget by law? Would you support a motion like that?
Constitutionally, I would. In a motion in the Parliament, an act of Parliament, I would give it some serious consideration. This is a very interesting idea, where budgetary allocations are made constituency by constituency. But you have to consider the government's responsibility for the entire country in that respect.
Yes.
But that's very innovative. It's something that needs to be given serious consideration. I wouldn't mind as a power rep to have a budgetary allocations for the policies and programs that you want to advance in the constituency.
Our last question we'd like to ask is what message do you have for the Dominicans in the diaspora? I mean, you used to live out there. A lot of people out there know you. I used to see you myself in New York a lot of times. So what message do you have for them out there in the diaspora?
The message that I have for the Dominicans who are living overseas is that this country is in dire need of the resources, of the talents, of the skills. Should I be given the favor of being in the parliament, I will be engaging in that respect. We need to get the policy in place within 6 months. And I'd like to see Dominicans saving part of their monies in Dominica. Dominicans who are living overseas, we have to think very seriously about creating a facility whereby they could bring back some of the money and engage in the development of the country.